Hello everyone, Teacher Megan here, and I wanted to give a 30-day update. It's been 30 days since I started with VIP Kid as a teacher, and there was a few things that were surprising to me as a new teacher and things that they don't tell you when you're in the interview process, and a lot of the other big referral teachers don't tell you this information, probably not to scare you off, but I just wanted to give my opinion on what I thought of the process and my first 30 days here with VIP Kid. So my first 2 days, I ended up starting with a lot of bookings. I think mostly because I started right before Christmas and a lot of the older teachers were probably taking vacations, and so the students were looking for people that had availability, and I opened up my availability. And so by day 2, I had 17 bookings, which doesn't seem like a lot, but for first-time teachers, I've heard of teachers who have been hired for 2 to 3 months and still haven't taught their first class yet. So being that it was day 2 and I already had 17 bookings, that was like really big for me. And then day 3, I had already taught my first class and I had again 17 bookings, which means that I had a new class that had booked. By day 19, I had taught 28 students and 30 classes and had another 17 booked. And by day 30, today is my 30-day anniversary, woo woo, I have 22 classes booked. I have taught 32 students and taught 44 classes. As you can see from the different screenshots, you can tell that I've added certifications to try to increase my bookings. That's again another thing that they won't tell you is once you start in after the interview process and you've done your background check, which can take 2 days, 3 days sometimes, there's a whole process that in the first week you really shouldn't be teaching classes yet. And the reason why I say that is because there's no new teacher support that is going to tell you how to use the classroom portal, how to make the slides show up, how to do classroom management, cultural differences, how to do feedback properly, not to say the word silly on your feedback. There's a whole bunch of things that new teachers just don't know. And so my number one recommendation is if you're a new teacher or if you're in the interview process, take the first week after you get hired and do as many workshops as you can. The workshops are free to attend. They usually last about 45 minutes to an hour. You don't get paid for them, but the information that you receive in these workshops is so valuable. I really feel like the reason why I've gotten so many 5 apple ratings from my parents is because I took that time at the beginning to really educate myself on how the process works so that it seems like I was a veteran teacher even though I was brand new. So another thing is the Tesol certification and your level certification. So as soon as you get past your interview process, you are going to certify for a level. A lot of people say certify for level 3 or level 2. I would recommend certifying for level 2. From what I hear, that's where the most students are. So if you're wanting to get booked quickly, level 2 is where you're at. Having said that, I wasn't looking at getting booked that quickly, so I did level 3 because I like older students. So in the past 30 days, I've certified for level 3, level 4, and level 5. And you just need to watch videos, answer questions on a quiz, and then do a 10-minute demo video in the classroom portal and submit it. So I've certified for 3 levels in the past 30 days. And then I also did both my foundational Tesol and my advanced Tesol certification. So that way when parents come to my profile, they'll see that I'm fully certified as a ESL teacher. So that helps with bookings as well. So these are all things that, again, I don't feel like a lot of the recruiting teachers tell people. It's a lot of work up front. Not only that, doing the lesson planning and figuring out how your classroom is going to run and You know, that's all things that have a steep learning curve. Thank you for the workshop that did classroom organization, because they gave this really awesome information about using index cards for all of your classes. So now that I've been teaching, you know, for 30 days, I can say, oh, I got this class coming up tomorrow, and I can go in my little index cards and find that exact class that I've already taught and go, oh, here's my props that I need, here's the objectives, I'm good to go. And it has made my life so much easier. But again, they don't tell you that unless you take the workshop. So, but yeah, so there's some things, there's little tips and tricks. I recommend for every new teacher joining several Facebook groups. There's the VIP Kids Teachers, VIP Kid Tips and Tricks. I live in Oklahoma. There's an Oklahoma group for VIP Kid Teachers, which I love. And then there is also the Google Slides. So another thing that I freaked out a lot about was, if I have 6 classes back to back to back, how do I do all of those props? And because I teach the higher levels of 3, 4, and 5, I use Google Slides on the iPad now, and it has, I still use I have a whiteboard here, and I have like a map that I can write on and different things, but the Google Slides work really, really well for basically like a supplementary slideshow, and so I have the props that I need at a click away, so that's been really, really helpful. So there's a steep learning curve. There's a lot of extra work that you have to do in the first week or so to get prepped until you feel comfortable with actually teaching classes, and lesson planning and all of that stuff. Having said all of that, that sounds really scary, and I'm not wanting to scare people away. Having said all of that, I love the job. I love it so much. And yes, me and my husband have jokingly talked about moving to England so that I can have normal working hours. Waking up at 4 a.m. is sometimes really hard, but as soon as I put those headphones on and I see my first student of the day and they're happy and giving me hearts and playing the piano for me and singing, and we're twirling and making jokes with each other, it makes it all worth it. I get paid to like speak English to kids and listen to kids speak English, and it's like a legit paycheck. It's already hit my bank account for last month. I was really excited when it hit the bank account. So in all, I will have to say that even though I was a skeptic, and even though it was a lot of work up front, getting my profile ready and doing the workshops and stuff, it has so been worth it, and I hope to be with VIP Kid for like a really long time. So that's all for this video. 30 days. I made it 30 days. Woohoo! If you're wanting any more information on becoming a VIP Kid teacher, or if you just are curious about what my lifestyle is being a teacher with VIP Kid, I'd be more than happy to answer any questions. I've left my referral link down below, so if you fill out that information, I will get back with you so that we can connect. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below this video. Bye guys!